This time I'm hoping for a relationship that will balance the physical and the intellectual side. I'll be blunt. Do you find me attractive?
I don't like lovers on men's, for example. And what's the most important thing for you?
Your pleasure.
All right, it's time to check back in with our new friend Harold, and I gotta say, today is a return to the classic prime Big Ed 90-Day Fiancé style cringe. I had an inkling on my last video that this show was gonna dive deep into the cringy side of trying to find love, and boy was I right, because this episode is absolutely hard to sit through, so I actually challenge you to make it through this one. If you're a true cringe warrior, prove it to me by sticking along with me for this ride. But without any further ado, he's about to touch down, or he has touched down, I should say, in Prague, and this awkward American lonely man is about to meet his matchmaker over here, who is hopefully gonna find him the woman of his dreams. Let's get it.
Nice to see you. Welcome to Prague. Harold has got a very boyish energy. I feel like I welcome my youngest brother or something.
And she's laughing here, but Katerina, the matchmaker, says something very poignant. I mean, we've seen this guy's drip so far. He's always wearing these suspenders, and he has this quite childish attitude and outlook on life and way of speaking even, to where I just know this is going to be a difficulty. I mean, nobody really wants to be dating somebody who seems this immature, and she knows it deep down. She can see style-wise he's there, and I mean, even personality-wise, this dude is just so boyish, it's very off-putting. Which, hey, somebody might enjoy that, but I'm willing to guess these tall, sexy blondes that he wants, that he has said over and over that he's looking for, are not going to be exactly looking for somebody like Harold.
You do make an impression of a very young boy almost.
I get that a lot, even from my friends. I eat well, I sleep well. I want to continue my good life, but with the right woman.
And finally, she voices to him in the car here on their first ride together this kind of complaint that she has about the way that he presents himself, which is going to be, again, one of the biggest roadblocks of him finding a date, how childish and boyish he seems to be. But instead, his reaction is just like, yes, I try to be. I've tried to cultivate this. I do eat well and sleep well. Like, whatever that means. That wasn't even answering the question or really taking in what she said. And I feel like that's going to be a common theme here, where this guy is just unable to receive any sort of constructive criticism because he thinks what he's doing is perfect, and it should be super easy for him to fall in love with somebody over here, because that's what he's told himself is going to happen, and I'm sure he's going to have a hard time when it doesn't go that way.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'8".
Are you really 5'8"? Because it looks to me like you're 5'6", rather.
Okay, props to this guy who's driving the taxi for not laughing. Either he doesn't know English or he is just really good at keeping a poker face, because I would have bursted out freaking laughing here. I mean, she's questioning him on if he's actually the height that he said he was. I think she said 5'8". He's more like 5'6", 5'5"-ish possibly, so he's already lying about his stats here, which is like rule number one of dating. You don't do, you know what I'm saying? That's the number one way to let down your Tinder date, is when you say you're over 6 feet on the app and then you show up and you're looking like one of the hobbits. Things just don't add up there, and already it makes you seem dishonest and desperate to look better than you actually do. And as we all know, for anybody out there who has found love, you gotta be yourself in order to find true love. It might be more difficult if yourself is a little bit odd and different like he is, but I mean, I'm even a weirdo and I've found a successful relationship, so it is possible, and I think it's only possible long term if you do act your true self and don't lie about things like your height or other cringy stuff like that. I mean, come on, Harold, what are you doing?
If a man has a strong charisma, he can be as short as Napoleon. But I really need my clients to tell me the truth.
Not gonna lie, she already seemed super annoyed with him for having lied about something as simple as his height, which this guy has come cross-country, not even cross-country, sorry, across the world in order to find true love, and it's all hanging on this woman's skills, along with his ability to adapt to the situation and actually learn what it takes to be a good significant other and find a girlfriend. But like, she's just already thinking this is gonna be a train wreck, and I have really low hopes for this first date.
I will give them what they want. Tall, athletic, blondes in Harold's case. If it doesn't work, I will give them what they really need.
So the matchmaker here talks about her strategy, and it sounds like this first date is going to be an absolute train wreck because she is giving Harold exactly what he is asking for, which again, he said in the last episode, he is looking for tall, sexy, blonde European women, in his own words. And I mean, we're not crazy here. Those types of women are probably out of his league 99.9% of time, unless they're looking for somebody like him, you know, maybe a caricature of like an immature type man-child that's also socially awkward. But until he changes some of this personality department stuff that he's dealing with, that's not going to really be successful. So she's gonna have him go on this date, see how much of a train wreck it is. She knows going into it that it's gonna be just god-awful, and so do we. And then once he's crushed and he has his reality set in check, she's gonna lower him down a few pegs and match him up with somebody who he might not find conventionally super attractive, which nobody out there is thinking he is either, but that might match up to him more personality-wise. And I think that's the one way this dude is gonna be successful. He needs to drop the idea that he's gonna be dating some European model, because that simply is just not gonna happen. I know he's talking about his future assets, but until you realize those millions of dollars, you got a lot against you in this dating game when it comes to just dating European models, man. I'm sorry. So hopefully he'll be a little bit more humble and realistic after this one, but I'm sure this is gonna be soul crushing. Anyways, let's get into this freaking date. It's been long enough. She gives him some various tips that he kind of glazes over because he's just thinking that this is gonna be successful, and let's see how wrong he is on that very point.
A little bit more chest hair than I thought, but I think she'll like it. This is my first date in 6 years. I hope to capture her heart.
So Harold's nervous, but he doesn't let the nerves get to him. The man is such a freaking Riz Lord. He's actually drawing a portrait of a flower for his date, which I think is utterly cute and romantic. This man truly is at heart a great significant other. Like, he's gonna be a good boyfriend to somebody. He's just gotta iron out a few other things here, but he's picked out his outfit. He's got his amazing American flag suspenders here, as if you just didn't know this guy was a weird American tourist already, and his most obnoxious Hawaiian shirt. And he's looking in the mirror like, yep, that'll do. That's probably gonna work out. But you know what? We're not going to hold it against him. He just said himself, this is going to be his first date in 6 years, and the last one was not very successful. None of them in his life has been actually to this point. So let's hope that things go right on this one.
For Harold's first date with Teresa, he will go for a pedal boat ride. Teresa is the person. She's blonde Barbie type of a lady.
And that's right. She matched him up with, as she just said, a blonde Barbie type of lady, which, I'm sorry, this is just not going to work out. Also, she sends him on this first date to do physical activity. I'm looking at the guy. He's about the same, fitness level as me. Going on a paddle boat is not going to be the best first date option. I mean, it's hard to get a conversation in when you're nervous already. And then when you're just huffing and puffing and gasped for air and you can't even breathe because you're doing, simple workouts that seem simple to normal people, but to us big guys, it might be a lot of work, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is just a bad freaking time that's about to happen. I'm not ready for this.
Hello, I'm Teres. Teres, hi.
I'm Harold.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
And I'm not gonna lie, I know you got the shade, so you're feeling like a cool guy, but also, dude, you gotta drop this Mickey Mouse type inflection that he has. He's ending these sentences in such a high-pitched voice, and I know that's him trying to be delicate and sweet, and he thinks that's how he should be communicating, but really, that's just gonna come off as creepy to so many of these different women out here. But thankfully, he didn't fall getting into the boat, so you know what? We're good so far. He already is surpassing my expectations. I thought we'd see him lose balance and make a big splash, which would have been freaking amazing, but you know what? We're not gonna let the train wreck happen. I'm not counting him out yet. This might be successful, baby. Let's get it.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm excellent.
So far, we've got about a minute of them rowing, and it looks like they're actually unable to coordinate at all, and they're literally just making a circle in the water, and the only time they've spoken, they were speaking over each other, and then just returned to silence. Like, dude, please, you gotta keep the rhythm of the conversation flowing here. You're already freaking killing me.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Put it in reverse, there! What are you doing, bro? Now he's trying to do these crazy maneuvers as if he's some sort of race car driver in this freaking boat. Just go straight, man, please. And I'm worried that he's focusing so much on keeping this boat afloat and not crashing into the dock or these nearby walls that he's unable to remember the fact that he's on a date and should be asking her leading questions and trying to keep the conversation flowing. You've got this, Harold. Please, keep it together.
A little bit back.
I
You need to
didn't
go.
want to run into them.
Okay.
We can talk a little bit. I'd hope to get to know you a little bit better.
Yes.
So you know what? He just throws in the towel on the whole actual paddle boating thing. They're stuck here in the middle of this river, and he's like, you know what? Actually, I forgot. I can't concentrate on rowing and talking to you at the same time, so let's just stop here and I'll show you my drawing. At least he's focusing on the freaking conversation. That's all I can say. I don't think it's helping him much, but that's a win in our book.
I like to exercise, I like to swim, and I'm also an artist. I drew this for you.
Oh, it's really nice.
I didn't know if you like roses or
And I'm sorry, even as he's about to pull out this amazing romantic image, like he's Napoleon Dynamite showing off his drawing that he made for his date, that I'm sure this woman is just gonna super appreciate, she loves roses, I'm sure. She just looks so damn uninterested. It's not even funny. Like, she saw this dude and off rip knew this was not gonna work out, and that just hurts my heart. You could tell from the jump that this is just not gonna be good for either of them at the end of this date.
I'm not attracted to Harold because he is not tall, completely different for me. Also different style. I like guys who are like rebellious.
Different style? I mean, come on. You both look like you could kill it at a Barbie premiere right now. He's giving total all-American vibes. I mean, this guy is patriotic as hell with these suspenders, and you're seriously telling me that he's not dripped out and you don't like his style? Fair enough, honestly, all right? I mean, it does make sense. Also, she keeps darting her eyes around, looking at the people walking around, like she doesn't even want to be seen with this guy in public right now. She's so ashamed to be on this blind date, and I don't think she's ever gonna use this woman's dating service ever again, because I'd be quite annoyed if she paired me up with somebody like this, when clearly that's not what she's looking for.
Do you have any pet?
I had a family bird for 30 years, but then he caught a cold and died. He didn't even die of old age. It was a sinus infection from some peanuts.
Harold, stop going into more freaking depth about the death of your pet bird, man. We got to keep the conversation light and flowing, like I said. He is just failing here. She opened it up to an amazing conversation they could have had about pets, and he's like, yeah, actually, that's funny you mentioned pets because I had a bird that I cherished for 3 decades, but he died in a sudden and painful death, and it was very hard for me to get over. I'm still affected by it to this day. Like, dude, okay, you could have just said I had a bird. Sadly, she's not with me anymore. He's not with me anymore, but just leave it at that. Please, let her answer the questions. He even said earlier in this talk with his matchmaker that I kind of skipped over that he was going to be trying to be a very good listener because he knows that's what women want and that's what they need in relationships is to be heard and not just talked over. And instead he's giving a whole freaking speech and spiel about his dead freaking bird.
I felt I listened to her and asked a lot of questions and tried to get a good dialogue going.
Did you, man? Did you? Really? I know this is only your first attempt, and we can't expect you to be just 100% success rate. If anything, that would make the show super boring if he came over here and actually fell in love like first try. I think the producers would also be pretty freaking annoyed as well, but please, you gotta be better at this listening thing, I'm telling you.
We can be friends and hang out and do fun stuff, and then be very respectful, I guess.
Bruh, I am getting flashbacks right now. I am getting big head flashbacks, the way that my actual stomach is turning. Like I might have to stop this freaking voiceover and hurl in the toilet from how awkward it is seeing him talk about what he wants in a woman. I guess you could say I'm looking for, you know, close contact of the physical kind. Like you don't have to skirt around the bush so much, and the way that he's talking about it is just weirding this woman out. You could tell. I don't think this is a language barrier thing. I think she knows exactly what he's saying, and it's just so odd the way he's delivering these lines that she's like, what the hell is bro talking about?
And what's the most important thing for you?
Your pleasure.
Oh, dear God. Oh, what the hell is going on in your brain right now, my dude? You cannot be answering these questions like this. I know he didn't mean that in a super creepy way. I think he meant like to make you happy is his goal. But to say, your pleasure, and then do his nervous laughter / smile while he just darts his eyes around in absolute just awkward confusion. It's killing me right now. I want off this boat. Please get me off this freaking boat.
Yeah, I said again, different, because for me it's a pleasure first. And then the pleasure of the person.
Actually, he's right. Technically, you two are on the same page because bro just said he wants you to feel good and she's like, I want to feel good. Yeah, you two are on the same page. So if anything, he's perfect for you. But despite this big smile that he's got on right now, I don't think he realizes how hard he is bombing on this date. Thankfully, I just realized they're out in the middle of the lake here or whatever they're in. Ocean, river, whatever it might be. They have made it more than the 20 feet off of the dock and found out how to actually work this damn boat. So if anything, that's also a win.
I was asking you what you were looking for, and I don't know. Do you find me attractive?
Oh, Jesus. He just keeps going. He's just continuing on with the cringe here. He couldn't leave it with the awkward silences. He had to go with the most pressing, dangerous question to ask when you've had the vibes like this so far on the date. He says, do you find me attractive? Let's hear what she says. I'm hoping she's just honest with him, even though it's going to be freaking soul-crushing to hear the answer.
I don't know you so much, but I don't like lovers on men's, for example.
And the clothes, you know what? She blamed the clothes. I think it's more than the clothes here. I do think it's overall just his shape and stature that she might not be attracted to, which I'm not saying you can't be attracted to somebody like this dude, but she just isn't. That's fair. But even the matchmaker has been harping on his damn shirt and slacks that he wears, and that's the first thing this woman commented on. So clearly, that's the first thing that needs to change. Please, somebody take him out here. I don't know if they have some crazy stores out here in Prague, but the show needs to treat him to a makeover pronto. I'm hoping that's what next episode is.
It's getting late. Should I bring you back to land?
Okay, I guess so.
So it's time to go back to land, and they're paddling back as he just kind of keeps his hand hovering here and smiles off into the distance. I know that's a bit of a awkward deflection that he does here in order to break the tension, but this whole thing has been a mess. Let's see how the end wrapping up of this date is. I'm sure it's just going to continue the pain from here on out.
I had a great time. I'd love to see you again. Would you like to go out this evening?
I'm not sure because I have dog at home and
She has a dog at home. That's why she can't go out on another date. I'm surprised, too, that he's instantly going back to, like, not only do you want to see me again, but do you want to see me in a couple hours, like, later tonight? This dude's being aggressive. He's really not reading the room, but, again, she's hitting him with the excuses. This woman is very good at skirting around the truth and telling this guy straight up the heartbreaking news that he needs to hear, that she is just not interested.
Okay. Could I get your phone number? How about if you get my number? That way, if you want to call me, and maybe you can just call me.
And now he's scrounging. There's levels to this stuff right now. He's like, maybe we can meet up again. No? Okay, maybe I can get your number. Oh, you're being silent? That's awkward? Okay, maybe I give you my number instead. I mean, let's just have contact in some way. Please, 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 God.
if I would like to see you somewhere, I will find you. I have the sense to find everyone.
Oh my God. She curves him with the spidey senses, dude. Like, if I need to find you, I will find you. You know, like, I have good senses. All right, dude. If you want to run with that excuse, you run with it. Hopefully he's getting the message here. I think he's still going to be like, well, yeah, I'm sure you will find me. I'm going to be in Prague for another couple weeks, so just contact the matchmaker and I'm sure we can go on another date. Like, you will not be hearing from this woman ever again. She was here for the check on the show, and that's it. Hopefully she actually does find a better match for her, because clearly these two were not compatible. I'm sorry.
My name's on the drawing. You can.
Okay, now I have it in my head. I didn't feel anything like any attraction, nothing.
And he actually did say that pretty much. He's like, my name's on the drawing, so you can look it up. I'm on Facebook, and I'm sure you can find my LinkedIn, and maybe we can get in touch there. Like, all right, dude, keep grasping for straws, but please just wrap this damn date up, which I think is what they're about to do, thankfully.
Still have faith in Katerina that she'll find me the love of my life. She found me a beautiful blonde. I had a fun date. Just need to find the right one.
So in the end, he himself even understands that this date just was a train wreck and it's not going to work out with her, sadly. But that was only the first shot, okay? So we're going to wrap the video up there. The man's ending the episode with a smile, and that's all we can really ask for. He has not been demoralized by this crazy train wreck of a date. I don't think it hit him as hard as it hits us watching just how bad it was. So, you know, maybe he still has some false confidence. But right now, I want you to drop a like on this video and comment if you made it to the very end, as I really want to make this series happen. And if you guys show some love, it can really help out the channel. As always, shout out to my Patreon supporters, and let me know what you thought of this episode down in the comments below. I want to make some more videos for you guys this week. If you have any ideas on what you want to see me react to, you let me know in the comments as well. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until next time, peace out.